So yesterday we have seen theoretical information of ADO. So now here add books. Under this common control, we have a picture box. Okay. While you are going to add new book, take the picture box on the size you need it, and the relevant images you can download a couple of images, books images. There you can right click on it, select image, save as. So once image is ready, you can go to the application, select picture box, choose image, click on import, and wherever that image is there, open it and select this particular image. And then click on OK. Now here we can adjust the mouse like a stretch image. It is going to fill up this particular picture box, and automatically the original size of the image is auto size. It is exceeds its boundary, center, intent, and zoom. So now whatever book details are there, we need to store it. So for this, here containers. In this containers, we are taking a group box. All these fields have some meaning. This is a registration form and this is a book form. So here the leftmost corner is going to tell us that what type of design is this. So it is for adding a new book. So right click, property, and you just click on here like this. And this is a text property. It is add new book. So new book. And we can increase the font size. And we can change the font colors. And we can apply the background color of a font. So now inside this particular container, what is the necessity of container? You can understand. Keep a label. Text box. This is for book name, book price, quantity, button for submit, and you can add publishers, all the details. Add. Select all the controls and adjust the height and width, everything. Now, book name, book price, quantity, and you need to calculate automatically the total. This we can display a label. It'll be a total cost. And this text message we don't need to show. Remove the text property. So internally here is a label, but that label is not going to show for us. So now we just double click on a button. This is a button purposes, add new book. So Day10 for button, add book. Now once we double click on this particular button add book, click. Now we need to create the database, create the table. So front end environment, what is our idea? Just we make a plan on it. Now we need to do in a backend. So once you install SQL Server in your PC, it will come. This is the first time. If you're gonna be open SQL Server Management Studio, this is a symbol. So that symbol automatically should come over here. Right click. Always better usage is run as administrator. Now here, once we click on this, browse more. Till now, what are the servers are available? Maybe it is in a single PC or maybe it is in a LAN PC. So here network servers are within a company. What are the server systems are there? All the server systems, SQL Server connectivity should come here. But this is a LAN PC, single PC. So here and here, same name should come. Click on OK. Okay. But if it is a LAN and all, we can connect LAN. If it is live, we can connect live like this. Live database. Here we have two authentications. Number one, Windows authentication. Whoever the user is booted the PC, Dell. So that name should come. Computer name / username. Click on connect. So we don't want to give any credentials. We can go with like this. But we want to provide some security to database. Only the user credentials. Then default user is given by Microsoft SE. Password. At the time of installation, which password we have given, the same password we can type it here. And then we can connect. So we can connect in SQL Server different modes. Number one, same system name. Number two, server name. Number three, live server, live PC. And while you're going to connect, one is without credentials, with credentials. Without credentials is Windows authentication. whoever the user is logged in into the system, that user should connect automatically. And then the second one is SQL Server authentication. The username is C and the password is 123. Click on connect. So now we need to create the databases. Just right click on it. Select new database. There, this is GUI, graphical user interface. So you want to be create a database name, we just type some name and then click on OK. Manually, you don't want to do like this GUI steps. We want to write on our own and we can use that. So once we click on new query, create database. And whatever the database name is there, GUI books DB. So now this is the execute or press Ctrl E for execute this query. Create database name. Now right click, refresh. That GUI books DB should come over here. This is the GUI books DB tables. Now here no tables are available. We just click on new table. So this table, what are the columns we need to require and what type of data types we are supposed to enter here. The same we can apply here as well. Number one, book ID. This should be generated automatically. Auto-generated number, integer. And number two, book name. This is character, varchar. How much size you need it, we can give 100 characters. And then quantity. This is always integer. And the cost of the product. If we are going to give this one in a book name and quantity in the middle, so what we have to do, right click, insert column. So here we can take the book cost. So type book cost. Book cost is floating point. So we have to take here number. Generally, like these are all the list of data types that are available. So there we can select as float and right click on it, save this particular table. Now this table, if you want to store even the total also to here, then what is each book cost quantity multiplied to here as total. Pallavi, pass a message after half an hour.
We need not to specify any primary ID, primary key.
Yeah, that's what I'll tell you, because sometimes you forgot. So how to make again? Okay, that I'm explaining. Okay. Table of books, TBL books. Once we click on save the changes, there again we want to modify this table. Sometimes while you're going to modify, it will not going to allow. So this is the book ID. Right click on it, set primary key, and this is a book ID should generate automatically. We don't want to give ID. So what we have to do, this column has one property. That property called as identity specification. E is identity, yes. Identity starting value and identity incremental value. So I want to start this one with some 1000 1000, 1000, something like that. Then starting value we can change like this. Now right click, save the changes. Okay, but while you're doing some changes, if this is the first time you install the software in your PC, once the table is created, it will not allow for modifications. So if it will give any error, then go to Tools menu, Options, there here Designers. Here one checkbox is there. By default it will check. Prevent saving changes that require table recreation. Means once the table is created, if you want to do any modifications, by default it will not allow. So it is asking that create a new table. So now we have to uncheck this checkbox. Then only it will allow for further modifications after created the table. Okay. So once we have done this, now we need to do operations. Yesterday we discussed like fraud operations. We have to insert the data to the database. So we need to take fields. How many? This is auto-generated. Automatically it will create ID, next number, and all. That means we don't want to give any value to this book ID. So the rest of the columns, book name, cost, quantity, total. So these 4 columns we need to pass. So for that, what we have to do? Control new query. This one, new query. Here is, these are all the 4 columns are there. With the data types. So now go to here, take the things. So these are all the things are required. So now what we have to do? We need to create procedures. So first we have to start with create procedure, PROC, user defined stored procedure. We are creating a query that should be always stored here. A procedure means some set of lines are there. Those lines are identified by a name. That name is going to tell us that which command the user is needed. USP underscore I for insert, U for update, D for delete, S for select. So like that we can use the naming convention. So next time while you are going to see the procedure, you can understand that what type of command inside. So this is for what? Add book. So this is the name of the procedure, and ID we don't need to pass here because it is auto generated number. Now we are sending the values from front end design text boxes. So here it is going to receiving, means these are all temporary variables names. So how it is differentiate from the table columns here and this intermediate variables like temporary variables. So before we are going to use the special symbol called as @ symbol, @ book name and @ book cost, @ book quantity and total. So each and every column, what we are going to create it, that should be prefixed with @ symbols. First column, comma, second column, comma, third column, like this, separated with commas. Now, all these names we are implementing as, for what purpose you are using these variables? As, now we can start with insert. Insert into. Now, what is the table name? Table name is TBL books. So we are going to give, this is a table we're going to be insert. Database objects, table books, values. Now we are sending the values from here. So text box value will come to here. Now this value will go to database table. This is the second book name, book cost, and the quantity total. insert into table name values of this. And maybe sometimes table has 10 columns, but you are not passing all the 10 columns. At that time, you have to mention, I am only sending 2 fields, or I am only sending 3 fields. So we have to tell these column names here. Something like, book name only I am passing, or else a book name